Mein Name ist Eduard Albert Meier, genannt.
My name is Edward Albert Meier, but all around the world I am simply called Billy. I received the name in Tehran when I was on the road, and since then this name has remained with me.
Billy Meier is a soon-to-be 70-year-old man living in Switzerland. Meier has one arm, he lost his arm in about 1955. He started to take photographs of UFOs in 1964. He claims that his first contact with extraterrestrials took place when he was only a 5-year-old boy.
That there is more photographic evidence and video evidence for this particular case than any other existing case. And it's almost so good that you're just like, holy cow.
Using the very same film the skeptic refers to, we can see that the UFO does indeed partially go behind the hill. Since the hill is some distance from the camera, perhaps a quarter mile, it's impossible that the UFO is a small model. I personally showed Meier's UFO photos and films to the owners of the company that won the Academy Award for Special Effects. When I asked them if these were models, these photos and films, they said, no, we know models and those aren't models. I asked, can you duplicate Meier's films? And they said, if we could, we'd have to go to CGI. And I reminded them that in 1976 and 78, there was no Photoshop, no CGI, and no home computers.
I once made recordings of the whirring sounds of Semjase's beam ship.
In the original preliminary investigation report done on this case, 8 different sound engineers had the opportunities to analyze the sounds on oscilloscopes and spectrum analyzers. These included 3 different laboratories, including U.S. Naval Undersea Labs. They could find no sound source of record that could produce these sounds. In 1958, Meier sent to the 25 European countries about 115, 120 specific predictions. The United States of America will be engaged in 2 wars with Iraq. The second war will be conducted under a president who is the son of a former president. The second war will lead to an unbelievable disaster. Perhaps the most startling of what I call the prophetically accurate information in the Meier case pertains to Meier's astronomical information about numerous planets, but especially Jupiter, its rings, its moons. Meier specifically said that Io was the most volcanically active body in the solar system. He published that 5 months before we discovered it. More than a year after he published the information on a ring of Jupiter being composed of ionized sulfur particles, Science magazine published that information in January of 1980. The skeptics would like us to believe that this man, with no resources, working as a night watchman and on a partial disability pension, with one hand, is not only a master model maker, filmmaker, photographer, digital and special effects person, videographer, metallurgist, electronics genius, sound recording engineer, knowledgeable about topography and map making, geography, ancient history, mining, ores, agriculture, and 30 other disciplines that he's brought to bear in terms of the information in this case. They will credit him with that, but they won't say, hey, the guy's telling the truth, he's the one that's meeting with these